In this video, we're going to take a look at Roadrunner by Bo Diddley. Now this is a really good song just to crank your amp up and blast it out. So that's why I thought I'd do a lesson on it. Now if you find this video helpful at all, could you hit the thumbs up below this video because it helps my channel. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Okay, let's take a look at the riffs. So this lesson is based on the original recording that Bo Diddley did of Roadrunner. And it's in standard E tuning. Now the song starts off with something being dragged up the strings. Now I'm using a plectrum, just putting the edge onto the string and just dragging it up. I think what Bo was using though was a piece of metal. That's how the song starts, and it occasionally pops up again with Bo dragging something up the strings and some of the fills. So this song is loosely based on a 12-bar blues in E, and what happens is it goes through kind of a 12-bar blues, and then occasionally Bo sits on the main groove for a little bit longer. So let's take a look at the main groove that features throughout the song. The most common way it's played is this. We'll take a closer look in a second. But throughout the song there's little tiny variations. So let's take a closer look at how that groove is played. So here's how the main groove is most commonly played. So it starts off on the low E string, 2 strokes. Then put the second finger on the 3rd fret on the low E string. Then step up to the 4th fret on the low E string with the 3rd finger. Then place the 1st finger on the A string on the 2nd fret for a couple of strokes. Then place the 3rd finger on the A string on the 4th fret. And then the 1st finger on the D string on the 2nd fret. When you put it all together, you get now, as I said, throughout the song it starts off where Bo keeps varying the main groove just slightly, and then later on in the song he sits solidly on that groove. But you'll hear things like hammering onto that note on the A string on the 4th fret, so you've got now later on in Bo's career he seems to play the main groove more like this. So on this note here, on the note of B on the 2nd fret on the A string, he sort of plays like a little 16th note. So it's so after the groove is played through 4 times in E, we then step up to play the same groove but in A. So it sounds like this. So it's exactly the same frets, we're just moving the whole riff up a set of strings so it starts on A. So it starts with an open A string, then 2nd finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the A string, then the 1st finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, then the 3rd finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and the last note is the G string on the 2nd fret. And when you put it all together you've got and then we go back down to the E again. Then the groove goes up to B. So here's how you play the groove in B. It's just once through. So what we do is we start on the 2nd fret on the A string with the 2nd finger. Then we play the open D string. Then we put the 1st finger on the 1st fret on the D string. Then placing the 4th finger on the D string on the 4th fret. Then the 1st finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and then the 4th finger on the G string on the 4th fret. So what you get is, and then it goes back to the A, where we just stop, and we're just literally going to make a little bar on the 2nd fret, on the D string and the G string. So you've got this tiny little fill where Bo's just sliding on the E string up to the 3rd fret, and then back to the E groove. So here's how it sounds when you put it all together. Another plectrum slide, and then back to the main groove. Now this time when Bo steps up to the A, instead of playing a groove, he plays a little shuffle. So that's just 1st finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger, sorry, ready to go on the 4th fret on the D string, and just playing the A and the D string together. That's the E groove. Now instead of playing the B groove through like the 2nd time round, Bo just sort of plays a B7 chord, and that's 2nd finger on the A string on the 2nd fret, 1st finger on the D string on the 1st fret, 3rd finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, and place your little finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and just strum through the chord. So